What's up, everyone? I want to let you guys know about a fantastic competition that Sky Sports currently have running. They're celebrating all forms of football fandom, from die-hard fans to those who like watching games with their mates, or maybe you're one of those people that just like the positive impact that football has on society. Sky Sports wants to celebrate all types of fandom. The lucky winner is going to receive a fantastic prize package, including a behind-the-scenes experience and up to £3,000 in cold hard cash. All you have to do is reply to my post about the competition on Twitter with a picture, a video, or anything else that you fancy. Tag in Sky Sports and hashtag football fandom 2021 to be in with a chance to win up to £3,000 exclusive merch and that fantastic behind the scenes experience. Good luck, guys. What's up, everybody? It's time for another one of those unpopular Liverpool opinions videos. Connor has gone on to Twitter and Instagram to ask you guys for your unpopular Liverpool opinions. I don't know what they are. Connor is on the line. I'm going to react to them in real time, and God knows where this is going to end up. These have been really fun to do in the past. I hope that this is as well, but I don't know what Connor has in store for me. So, Mr. Crosby, I believe you're there.
I am indeed. How are you?
A bit nervous. I'm always a little bit nervous doing these things, buddy, because I don't know what you have in store for me. I don't know what the good people of social media have put in, and I'm sure some of these are absolutely on a wind-up. But look, let's have a bash and see how we get on.
Joel Matip has been our best centre-back this season.
I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I would say that's quite factual. I think Joel Matip, I would agree. Yeah, I don't really have any arguments about it. I think he's helped transition Virgil van Dijk back into the Liverpool first team. You know, it takes a little bit of time to recover from such an injury. And the older you get, you know, Van Dijk is 30 years of age or thereabouts. These injuries aren't easy to come back from. So I think having Matip there has helped ease him back in. And I think Matip has probably been the standout centre-back this season. So not unpopular for me. I agree with that one.
This one is from our very own Paddy Murphy. He said, Mo Salah is better than United's Ronaldo back in the first time he was at United.
Oh, God, this is difficult because I have an inbuilt dislike of comparing people from different eras or different times in their career. I don't have the numbers to hand, so I can't speak from a factual perspective on this one, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Oh, Paddy, what have you done to me, fella? I'm going to call them, I'm going to sit on the fence. Sorry, I'm going to call them equals. Hate me, love me, whatever. I do respect what Ronaldo did at United beforehand in his first time. If we're talking about now, then Salah's by far the better player. But if we're going back to peak Ronaldo, right when he was coming through 18, 19 years of age at United, I don't know, man. He was pretty good, you know.
Sadio Mane is getting back to his best form.
Is Sadio Mane getting back to his best form, though? Is he? You know, we've seen a lot of good things from Sadio Mane. He's getting into the right areas. He's making the right runs. But it's his decision-making with regards to the final pass or when to shoot. I actually agree. I think it was James Redmond said it on one of our streams recently. If it wasn't James, I apologize. But someone said it, that he's better instinctively. You know, I call it the Dejan Lovren syndrome. When you've got time to think about something, it's not usually a positive outcome. So I think Sadio Mane, if the ball just drops to him, no time to think, I think he's sorting it out. But right now, I am a little bit nervous about his form, albeit he is better than he was last season.
Ox is a better right back than Joe Gomez.
Well, firstly, don't ever call him Ox again. We're not Arsenal fans, so we can knock that one on the head. You know, that was buried with Arsenal as far as I was concerned. I don't want either of them a right back, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I could give you reasons why both make me nervous there. And again, it's like trying to fit square pegs into round holes. It's just, we should have another right back in there, whether it be Nico Williams, Connor Bradley. A club of our size shouldn't have to be looking around for James Milner, Joe Gomez, or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to come in. So again, I don't really want either of them at right back.
Here's a very unpopular opinion. It simply says Curtis Jones.
Well, that's spot on. I agree. I mean, I imagine the next words after that are going to be, is one of the best young talents in Europe, in which case the gentleman or lady in question is spot on. But I think they've summed it up quite well there. Curtis Jones.
Jota shouldn't be a starter.
I don't know about that. Like, I can understand why people would want Bobby back in, but I wouldn't mind seeing Jota given another role. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe Mane get a kick up the backside and Diogo Jota get a few chances out on his left-hand side, because I don't like the idea that we can only rotate Jota and Firmino. So I think Jota should be a starter.
We miss Genie Wijnaldum more than people let on.
No, I'm only missing the song, if I'm being really honest with you. And yeah, maybe that big beam and smile of his as well. But if you offered me last season Genie Wijnaldum or Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott to get more game times, I'm someone personally that would look to the future. So now, enjoy Genie when he was here. Do and all that jazz. But Tadio, bye-bye. See you so long. Farewell, Genie. Enjoy Paris. We've got Curtis and we've got Harvey Elliott. I'm all good.
Firmino will be staying longer than Sadio Mane.
This is a coin flip or a coin toss. I've said it all along. I think one of these two lads are going to be the one that is probably sold to try and raise some funds. And again, it'll be a matter of which one doesn't sign that contract extension, because I don't think all three forwards are going to get renewed. I think one of the three lads won't. We know Salah is the one that they're trying to prioritize. I think it's a coin toss between one of the two. I don't know which one, but I don't want either to go. But I'm also a realist, and I know I'm going around in circles here, folks. But I want everything. I'm greedy. I'm a football fan. I want to keep everybody, sign everybody, not lose anybody, give everybody pay rises, but stay within the football finance structure, which is impossible. So you just won't be pleasing me on this one.
We should sign Ivan Toney.
Should we though? I mean, should we? You know, he's done bits, but if we're going to bring in somebody. Look at Manchester City situation right now. We've got to bring in somebody, if we're looking for a striker, who is either coming to the top of his game or at the top of his game. So you're looking at your Haalands, you're looking at maybe that young fella that we're speaking about, Salzburg's lad, Adeyemi, Patson Daka was one that we've missed out on. Look, lots of positives around him, but I don't know if we're all jumping on the hype train here because of what he did in the championship. He has been very good, but I think it's too early days to make that call. And if we were making that call, it's the type of call we should have been making before he went to Brentford, not having to pay a tax for waiting to see, which annoys me. It really fucking annoys me when Liverpool do this, whether it be with Van Dijk at Celtic or Sadio Mane when he was at Southampton. We need to sign these guys before they go to the Premier League clubs, because that's where we'll save the money.
On current form, TSIMIKAS should be starting ahead of Robertson.
I think it's a valid point to make. It's going to take a lot to dislodge Andy Robertson, of course. Robbo has given us years of consistency. Now, we did have a little dip in form. And I will say, much like when we spoke about the right-back situation a few minutes ago, I love the idea that we have Kostas Tsimikas there to come in, give Andy Robertson competition and much-needed rest. So, again, like I said about a coin toss earlier on, I can understand where somebody's coming from on this, because there's a lot to like about both guys.
Salah for the Ballon d'Or.
Fact. I agree, 100%. Right now, in world football, genuinely, taking off my Liverpool tinted glasses, is there a better person right now doing what he's doing? Maybe you could look at Robert Lewandowski, and I do feel that Lewandowski was robbed of a Ballon d'Or the year Bayern Munich won the Champions League. So, yeah, I can get on board that train. Choo, motherfuckers.
Liverpool will go unbeaten in the Premier League.
No, we won't. It's too difficult, the league. I don't think... Again, I'd rather do the points total than go invincible. I've never been arsed about going invincible. I want to beat Manchester City's 100 points tally at some point. I'm not saying it'll be done or it won't be done. But to me, that's the measure of greatness. City, 100 points, hasn't been equal, hasn't been beaten. Going unbeaten in the season with 13 or 12 draws, whatever it was, is a fantastic achievement. But me, I think it's measured by who puts the most points on the table. That is City's. It still hurts me that we got to 99 points and didn't get it done. But no, I don't care about going invincible.
Craig has the best trim in Ireland.
Fact. So, I mean, people think it's easy to look this shiny and have this much of a bald head. I promise you, it's a pain in the backside. Every 36 hours, I'm having to get out the face razor and walk. You know, you can't use a Manscaped on this type of job. You have to get down and dirty with a 5-blade razor and some shaving gel. And, you know, it takes a lot not to cut yourself, you know, particularly if you're using a new blade. So, you know, don't underrate my trim. I know it looks like it's easy work having no hair, but it isn't.
Salah shouldn't be getting a new contract if it's a wage structure issue.
I think if we are going to ever break our wage structure, and I do like the fact that we do have a wage structure in place that runs right through from underage players to the first team and the very top of the first team, this is the guy you break it for. And I think because we've already extended the contract of Alisson and Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk and Jordan Henderson, there's not going to be any real unrest around the dressing room other than perhaps one of the other two forwards, like we spoke about earlier on, who will probably be moving on. So I'd say give it to him, but within reason. You know, we can't be giving the lad 700 grand a week or anything, but if we can afford it, I don't want the wage structure to be the thing that makes us lose Mohamed Salah.
Harvey Elliott's injury was a blessing in disguise as Curtis got to get more game time.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, to be honest. Now, I will agree that at the start of the season, there wasn't much talk around Curtis Jones. It was all around Harvey Elliott. A lot of us were surprised that Harvey Elliott was actually being deployed on the right-hand side of midfield and not perhaps as an attack and wide player like we'd been led to believe. But no, I don't think it's anything's a blessing in disguise like that. When you imagine the rotation we could have been able to do, imagine the options we would have had from the bench. It's great, but I think Curtis was already well on his way to making 50 senior Liverpool appearances before Harvey Elliott's unfortunate injury. So I can't agree on that one, but I am going to say that we're really fortunate to have two fantastic young footballers like that at the club.
Matip's dribbling and passing would make him a good DM.
Do you know, I can see it. I can see it. And I could be wrong on this. Now, correct me if I am, folks, in the chat. But I think maybe he played there a couple of times for Schalke. He's got all the attributes necessary. His reading of the game is fantastic. His passing ability is fantastic. He can break a line. He can... I want to just turn your attention back to the past to Diogo Jota against Manchester City. It was our first strike on target. But just that vision of Matip and his reading of the game, I've absolutely no doubt. I don't want to see him there because we have Fabinho there, but could he do it? Yes.
Although Rodri made a great block, Fabinho should have scored that chance against City.
100%. You don't want that falling to your defensive midfielder. Anybody else there probably has a bit more awareness about the situation. If that was Bobby, if that was Mo, if that was Sadio, they at least lift the ball. That was my thing about it. I understand him taking his time to steady himself, but how not seeing out of the corner of your eye somebody was just about to slide in? Look, it's easy in hindsight. These things happen in the blink of an eye. But yeah, he should have scooped it up into the top of the net.
Adam Lallana was better for Liverpool than Naby Keita. I
would agree. Yeah, I would agree. I think at times we often forget how important Lallana was in the early days of Jurgen Klopp. Can we say that Naby Keita has had any extended periods of impact on the team where he's done what Lallana did? I would say it's fair. And I think it's a little bit disappointing now that we're having to have this conversation around Naby, because if you're looking on potential, I would say I thought when he came in, he would have far eclipsed Lallana. But right now, looking back on what Lallana did with Firmino in the early days of the press, I think Lallana was more important.
Without Salah, Liverpool are nothing.
Not true, but you could say that about a lot of teams in the world. At the end of the day, no team is a one-man team. You have pieces to the jigsaw, and Mohamed Salah will maybe occupy 2 or 3 defenders or 2 or 3 players, and certainly will be the person that opposition managers are looking to nullify in any game. But I think the beauty of what Jurgen Klopp has assembled here is that we're not a one-trick pony or a one-man team. So yeah, look, if you lost Mo, you're losing 25, 30, 35 goals a season, but who's to say that somebody else mightn't step up and take that mantle? So I think it's disrespectful to the rest of the guys to say we're a one-man team.
Neco Williams is more than good enough to be second choice right back.
I don't agree, unfortunately, and I wish I did. I don't like to ever run down a youngster. I don't like to ever, pour any negativity on a youngster's career. I understood why Neco Williams perhaps wanted to move on in the summer, and I also understood why Liverpool were willing to allow his demands if a suitable offer came in. Now, unfortunately for both parties, neither happened, and Neco picked up an injury on international break, which kind of stopped his start to the season as well. So, yeah, I don't think he is good enough, if I'm being really, really honest.
And finally, Mo Salah is Liverpool's greatest ever player.
That is a big statement to make. We're talking about one of the most storied, historic football clubs in the world right now. You've had Steven Gerrard, you've had Kenny Dalglish, you've had Emlyn Hughes, you've had Phil Thompson. I could keep going and going and going with names here of people who have won a lot at the very, very highest level and won it consistently. Now, I'll add to this that the reason I'm saying it's a bit bold statement to make and it's too early to make it is we haven't seen all of Mohamed Salah's career. This could be the case. When we look back in 10 years' time, we could be talking about somebody who potentially is the greatest player to ever wear a Liverpool shirt. But, we ain't any Mickey Mouse club here. This is Liverpool Football Club, the pantheon of history, the pantheon of success. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't be saying it right now. Best player in the world in current form, perhaps. Best player to ever pull on the Liverbird over his chest. It's a big statement.